Well, I'm back. Let's continue on with our Ishizukuri series. Remember, these were the not so attractive rocks that, what are you supposed to do with something like this? Well, if you were doing your project and you're along the river or wherever looking for your source of rocks, perhaps you should just not pick these up. Well, but since I had a bunch of them, right, I have to come up with some sort of solutions. And one of the good thing about Ishizukuri and bonsai too, it runs parallel in terms of, okay, so if you have something that's not so attractive or downright ugly, what can you do with it? Well, in case of Ishizukuri, quite often, if you take two not so great, it could become something better or something even great, okay? So that's the project for this morning, is how to use some of these and then see if we could make a viable project, okay? So let's get started. I was looking at this one here. We could use something like this, and it's not bad. But the unique side is this one here. And as more I look at it, one, it kind of looks like a heart. People like heart, but it's not much of a heart, especially when you look at the overall rock. But also, you see this line in here? There's a little waterfall in there. So if I could use it like that, maybe I could make it work. Or go like that, it's a rocket ship. Okay, this rock here, yeah, it could be used that way, kind of plain. But what I was thinking is, if this is a waterfall, can I somehow connect it so that it looks like it's coming in, well, into here. So that's one of the things that I was considering. I was thinking something like this. And then this one here, I was going to use as a prop so that I could get this all cemented in. But first of all, we need to stabilize this, right? Or because it just will not stand. So what I'm going to do is to go ahead and mortar these enough in place so that it stand, and then we could continue on. But you could see it kind of comes down here, and almost looks like something in nature, right? So that's gonna be my approach. What I realized is I could stabilize this number one, or should be number one. I could stabilize that and then work with this next, right? See, just a piece of rock underneath there. So I'll put the mortar in here and then set it like that. And then when that is halfway set, we could get to the next step. All this has to be done in a proper sequence or else it'll collapse. And then, well, today is the first day of June. And so it's getting warm, it's dry, so everything's going to set up rather quickly. If we were doing this in middle of the winter, we could sit here for about 2-3 hours waiting for that to set. That's why I tend to do these when it starts to warm up. Okay, you see this here, the clamp? I'm going to pick big glob of cement down in here, right? And then this is going to hold it in the right plane until it sets up. So this is like a 15-minute setup. Well, I think most of you know by now that I like tools. Look at all the kind of clamps that I found. I found that this is one of the easiest way, because it's only till that the cement part sets up, right? So, but you need all different sizes and type of clamps to get this to work. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and set that in place, and then we'll get back to you in about 15 minutes. Okay, what I'm going to do is carefully take this off. It's a little early, but if that thing has shifted or not in the right plane, then I could change it. Okay, so it's still soft. We could manipulate somewhat, but now we're going to have to let it sit till it really hardens up, right? So that was just a precaution, just enough so that it'll stand, but should I need to change the plane, I think it's okay, but sometimes these things shift, right? And so I want to make sure this waterfall comes down this way and it kind of catches, and then your imagination make it go that way. And that's why I took it off. But you have to be very careful because it could collapse on you. So far so good. So we'll probably wait another 30 minutes on this one and then get to the next step. Okay, I've been waiting, and see this one here? This is another rather not so attractive one, but if you put it in here, it'll work. I'm not sure about this one. But you can see over here, by adding this, it doesn't have that weird pointy. It starting to look a little more natural, right? So I thought I'd go ahead and put this one and this one, and still hold off on this one here. I got this one here. This one is just propping this up, so this will get removed. But I was playing with the little angles on this one here. I'm sort of content with that. So, well, the only thing I'm concerned about is this will diminish the effect of this one. But I think overall it needed something to sort of anchor this in place. So I think I'll do it anyway. Okay? So let me go ahead and do that, and then we'll put final touches on this. Okay, it's been a while. Well, you know, I haven't been sitting around just waiting for this thing to set. I have another Ishizukuri, and then I just made 5 little bonsai things. Now, well, when you run the place by yourself, you have no choice. Okay. What I wanted to show you was the underside, okay? So we put enough mortar to get it to stick, but it's rather unattractive. And I think I could beef up the strength by filling this back in. So I'm gonna take some more of the same mix and then smooth it out. So I'll do that. I just felt this thing, see? I'm gonna have to kind of work all this. So I'm looking for strength and underside beauty, okay? Okay, what I did was I just smoothed it out. And then let's see if we could find a spot in the plastic that doesn't have too much wrinkles. And then this poor guy popped out, so I'm gonna have to get it to go back in. Yeah, this working with cement product is all about the timing. See, I should, maybe I could do it now. Over the course of being a landscaper and things like that, I work with cement. And then I watch people work with tile. That's where I get some of these ideas. Well, when I was landscaping, I was doing high-end jobs. And what happens is when you're doing high-end jobs, you meet craftsmen, great craftsmen, because that's what high-end people do, is hire the best. Anyway, so I picked up a lot of things that had nothing to do with what I was doing, but now it's coming in handy. Yeah, the truly gifted craftspeople will share. The ones that try to keep secrets are not that great. The truly gifted ones are really nice, and they do help you. Okay, so I'm going to wait again, and then we'll go and try to figure out how we're going to finish this. So I have a couple ideas. And so the last segment of this chapter will be how we're going to do our final presentation. Okay, this is what it looks like. What we're trying to do is how to finish this up. One of the main questions that I ask is it going to be indoor or outdoor? And if it's outdoor, it's about right now. I mean, this should hold well outside with the weather and the rain and everything else. It could sit next to your bonsai as a complimentary display. But I'm beginning to see that more and more people are liking this to be indoors. And to be indoors, a little bit on the crude side, especially like the edges and things like that. So this is what I've been doing. Well, take one of your plates and go in like that. And one more little things, I'll show you how this works out. Okay, so now what we have is in a nice plate. So it has a nice smooth bottom. And then add a little bit of sand. And almost looks like a Zen garden, right? That's what I've been doing and customizing it too. We may or may not want to do this. It could be something smaller, or even move it down. No, it'll conflict. I was thinking maybe down here, but it's, well, remember earlier in the series I was talking about the type of rocks and then the poetry rock? Well, this is not poetry, but for writing. So this is more like a message rock. This one just says can or smart. But quite often I've had some with arigato or thank you to thank people that have made a large purchase and or other good deeds, right? So I have a bunch of these, and then, well, if somebody's having an anniversary, we could put the anniversary, things like that. So anyway, that's one way to conclude it. This could have been better if we had some that was smaller. That would work. Oh, maybe if it's in here, we could do it down here. Then it won't take away from the heart. But anyway, these had to be made in advance because I had to get a whole bunch of small rocks, so I couldn't make it this time. And anyway, this is another way that we could take rocks. And on this one here, I specifically look for kind of irregular, a little bit on the ugly side, and got it to work. Now this one, I wish my friend Chuck was still around. His name was Charles Hart, right? So he liked things that was Hart, and that would be perfect in there. But this is sort of a understated heart. It's sort of unnatural, but I think you see the point, right? It's a heart, it has a waterfall, and it has kind of a mysterious, where does it go, kind of look. Okay, so this has been another in the series that I'm working on. We'll see what I'm going to do on my next chapter. Okay, see you again really soon.